Welcome back to Bowling Live News, your monthly roundup of everything that mattered in bowling. August gave us drama, comebacks, and even some big wins for the sport itself. PBA Hall of Famers won titles while battling injuries, the urethane debate kept rolling in Europe, PWBA season ended, and bowling fought its way back into event it had once been crossed out from. Plenty happened, so let's get into it. Sean Rash ended his 2025 PBA Tour season with a bang, winning his 18th career tour title at the Storm Lucky Larsen Masters in Helsingborg, Sweden. It's his first PBA Tour title win since 2021, and it came down in a plenty of drama. All week, Rash looked calm and in control on the tough lane pattern. He scored well enough to finish 11th in the qualification, earning a bye into final step 2, where he beat Finland's Karen Saloma and England's Raymond Tees to reach the TV finals. The semi-finals had their share of heartbreak. 2024 Rookie of the Year Nate Purchase was one mark away from his first PBA Tour final, but a missed spear in the 10th frame let Rash sneak through. On the other side, Finland's Juha Rissanen upset local favorite Isgoda's Andrew Anderson, setting up a final showdown. But right before the title match, Rash hurt his hand in practice. He could barely hook a bowling ball, so he taped up and started throwing straight at the pocket. Somehow, it worked. He stayed in front the whole game and finished with 3 strikes in the 10th frame to lock it up. This one for the old guys, I guess, Rash said after claiming the trophy and more than $17,000. It was an emotional win. A call from his wife right after, and even a trophy handoff from Storm's top executives despite his split from the brand earlier this year. Love him or hate him, Rash proved again why he is a Hall of Famer. On August 18th, the European Bowling Federation confirmed it's dropping the 78 hardness rule from the European Bowling Tour. Starting with 2026 season and 25-26 youth season, all USBC and IBF approved bowling balls will be allowed at every EBT stop, including high-performance urethanes. The 78 hardness experiment only lasted 1 year. It was optional for organizers, but instead of helping, it hurt. The calendar shrank from 14 events in 2024 in just 6 in 2025, and many organizers blamed the exact rule. European Bowling Federation president told Bowling Live the impact was more negative than expected. By removing the rule, the goal is simple: get tournaments back on the schedule and rebuild stability. Meanwhile, USBC is still reviewing urethane rules in the US after its July survey showed more bowlers want changes. But since ball approvals are still handled by USBC, IBF and EBF together, the president says Europe and US are still very aligned. Bottom line, urethane stays in Europe until the US will decide what to do with them. The question is why we are unable to make our own choices. Alright, some good news. It's official, bowling will be a part of 2027 Pan American Games in Lima, Peru. The sport was initially left off the program back in June, sparking huge concern across the bowling world. Canadian star Francois Lavoie even wrote an open letter urging federations and athletes to push back, warning that losing Pan Am status could cut funding and weaken national programs. Looks like the campaign worked. During the Pan Am Sports General Assembly in Paraguay, officials reversed the decision, adding bowling and racquetball into the program. This brings the total number of sports in Lima to 38. Bowling also has history in Peru. In 2019 games used the modern Viderna facility in Lima, and it's expected to host again in 2027. Shannon Pluhowsky closed the PWBA season in style, winning the 2025 Tour Championship and ABC Gates Bowl in Rochester, New York. As the top seed, she defeated England's Verity Crawley 235-167 to claim her 3rd career major, 6th overall title. The season-ending event also crowned the Player of the Year. Singapore's New Hee Fen took the honor with the 3 titles, including the US Women's Open. Meanwhile, Malaysia's Jillian Lim has been named the 2025 PWBA Rookie of the Year, becoming the first Malaysian player in history to receive the award. The 22nd Asian Youth Championships wrapped up in Malaysia with Singapore and Korea taking the Masters titles. Singapore's Mike Ong edged Japan's Fumin Suda in boys final 464-449, giving Singapore its 6th gold medal of the week. On the girls' side, Peek Yadam beat her Korean teammate Lee Da-eun 454-373 to claim Korea's first gold. Overall, Singapore dominated the event with 6 golds, the best ever performance, while Kuwait finished second in the medal table and Korea finished third. The PBA is headed back to China. In August, the PBA and Long March Bowling announced a new 10-year deal to relaunch the PBA China regional program starting this fall. The first event, the PBA China Tribute to Pioneers Championship, is set to September in Shanghai. 2 more events are already on the calendar: the China Scorpion Championship in January 2026 and China Cup later in October. This isn't the first time PBA and Long March teamed up. The partnership goes back to 2014 with Pioneers program, which introduced more than 100 Chinese players to the PBA. In 2019, the PBA China Tiger Cup became the first ever PBA event in the country, before everything paused in 2020 due to COVID-19. With PBA Sweden and PBA Japan already thriving, adding China back to the mix shows just how serious the PBA is about global growth. Well, this is it for August, but September is already packed with bowling action. We'll see a month full of open tournaments across the globe with big money on the line. From Scandinavia to Southeast Asia, the US and all across Europe, bowlers will battle it out in events like Norwegian Open, International Hammer Challenge, Sarawak International Open, English Open, plus plenty of PBA and PWBA regionals. As always, Bowling Life will keep you updated with biggest stories, so make sure you're subscribed and following along. See you next time, and keep on, striking.